This is Brian Bateman,
Hi, I'm Tom Ochogrosso.
and we both work for NYSID, which stands for New York State Industries for the Disabled. Thank you for joining us today. On your screen, there should be a little chat option there, and if you'd like, as we go along, if you have any questions, you can just you can type in that little box, and we'll see it. So let's get started. Who is NYSID? We are a contractor for jobs for people with disabilities. We don't actually employ people with disabilities. We're a member agency, but we find the jobs, or we're the contractor for the jobs for people with disabilities in New York State. Our mission is advancing employment and other opportunities for individuals with disabilities. So there's quite a few different programs we run, but the most relevant program as far as Library Association is concerned is purchasing our products and services. Last year, our contracts employed almost 7,000 New Yorkers with disabilities, who collectively earned $60.7 million in wages. They worked over 4 million hours, and the average hourly wage on a NYSID contract was $14.34 per hour. This is a video, a little more than a 5-minute video that I'd like to show you that summarizes who NYSID is, and you can see the heart of what we're about.
For 40 years, NYSID has been turning business opportunities into...
Sorry about that.
...jobs for New Yorkers with disabilities. These individuals historically experience the highest rate of unemployment of any sector of workers.
NYSID, New York State Industries for the Disabled, is a not-for-profit organization. It's important today, and it has been important for the last 4 decades that we've been in existence, because individuals with disabilities who are working age are only employed at a fraction of those that are non-disabled. And individuals with developmental disabilities here in New York State are even at a lower percentage. So it's extremely important to do what we do in trying to create these job opportunities.
NYSID brings job opportunities to training and employment programs at not-for-profit community rehabilitation member agencies. Many of these projects are in collaboration with private sector business partners, including certified minority and women-owned businesses. All of this benefits New Yorkers and the Empire State. Established in 1975, NYSID annually creates preferred source contract jobs for nearly 7,000 New Yorkers who otherwise experience barriers to employment. NYSID contracts provide jobs in janitorial, document imaging, industrial laundry, mailing services, and electronics recycling, among other business services. We also ensure jobs working on custom apparel, custodial products, food items, and other goods. In turn, NYSID jobs meet the procurement needs of New York State government agencies, county and city governments, higher education, and school districts. NYSID jobs offer a choice of facility or community-based employment, respecting individual growth and independence. We are at work in almost every New York State county and also have a strong presence in the city of New York, where more than 200 individual contracts for business services are currently underway and nearly 2,700 local residents are employed. Numerous NYSID contracts have endured for decades, providing secure, long-term employment for preferred source workers. We are proud of the individuals who work on our contracts. Over the years, we have honored 13 of them with our prestigious William V. Jocelyn Outstanding Performance Award and named another 32 individuals Employee of the Year for the respective jobs well done.
But the one thing that I do know is that we are getting better at doing the right things. We are getting better at finding people meaningful employment in the community where they belong. And I also feel very strongly that the road to success will be through NYSID. And if we keep that partnership in focus, then we will succeed in doing what we're supposed to do, find meaningful life experiences and opportunities for people with disabilities. Thank you very much.
And you know, each one of those is moving in its own way to see how an individual has gained independence and self-worth and dignity. As an example, one of our most recent success stories that we honored at our annual meeting in 2014 was a young man named Eduardo Lopez, who works on one of our contracts in New York City. He's one of 12 children. Several of his brothers and sisters also have disabilities. As he described it, you know, he had to become a man at an early age, and this job allowed him to provide for his brothers and sisters. We are extremely proud to work with our member agencies, corporate partners, and 7,000 New Yorkers that work on NYSID contracts to provide a better New York and change lives one job at a time.
Employment provides individuals with disabilities the integrity that comes from being productive, earning an income, and supporting local economies as contributing residents of the Empire State. On behalf of all New Yorkers with disabilities working and thriving through NYSID Preferred Source contracts, thank you for your continued support.
I work really hard. I like my job.
Excuse me. So I'm going to take you through a little bit of how NYSID is structured, and then Tom is going to walk you through a little bit of how we can work together, how the Library Association can benefit from what NYSID offers. Our customers are New York State government, local government, miscellaneous agencies. So anybody who is a government program is a NYSID customer. And I'm sorry, having a little trouble moving my slide ahead. There we go. NYSID stands between the customers and the New York State rehab agencies who provide supports for people with disabilities. They employ people with disabilities, and we negotiate the contracts. The traditional NYSID member agencies also work with private sector business partners. And so those corporate partners, for-profit businesses, create more job opportunities that can hire many more people, where the rehab agencies don't have to invest in equipment as much. So especially on large-scale janitorial contracts and document imaging contracts, corporate partnerships have been really valuable. Our oversight agencies include the overall oversight agency is the Department of Education, Access VR. And under them, OGS, Office of General Services, which oversees all New York State spending, they approve our prices. So when we have a product or any service contract, OGS has to make sure that our prices are within market range. And the Office of State Comptroller has to approve the contracts as well. So that's an overview of how NYSID is structured. We are not a government agency. We sell to government agencies, but we were created by a government statute in New York State. we are what's known in New York State as a preferred source provider. Preferred source procurement satisfies government purchasers' obligation to comply with New York State Finance Law Article 11, Section 162, which sets forth a mandatory requirement to purchase approved goods and services provided by NYSID and other similar organizations. In fact, the other organizations is NYSPSP, who represent the blind in New York State. I'm sorry, and then the third is CoreCraft, who represent prisoners, inmates. The preferred source law mandates that all state agencies, public benefit corporations, and local government entities purchase NYSID products and services approved by the New York State Office of General Services, which meet the buying agency's form, function, and utility requirements without competitive bidding. Which means that if you need something that NYSID sells, and if it meets your form, function, and utility, then you can purchase it directly from us without going out to bid. The procurement commodities and services from preferred sources take precedence over all methods of supply and competitive procurement methods. The intent of the law is to direct the normal procurement activities of state and local governments to benefit New Yorkers with disabilities through employment. And I'd just like to turn it over to Tom, who can tell you about our specific services and products as they might relate to the Library Association.
So thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
That's quite a mouthful. Just to share some personal information, Brian and I really love cooking as a hobby, so kind of brings us down to earth in some ways. The jobs that we have here at NYSID are really inspiring. We really love what we do, and we know that every day we have an impact on folks that can't advocate for themselves. And Brian is very involved with marketing and services and commodities. And while I'm on the road, my territory is the entire state of New York, I get to meet folks like you in trade shows and at the office and interact with our member agencies and the individuals with disabilities that actually do the work. NYSID contracts go way beyond strengthening New York's economy by providing services and goods to state and local government customers. They impact lives. Workers on NYSID contracts earn their way, pay taxes, and purchase locally. Most importantly, they reap the rewards and enhance self-worth and independence that comes from being a productive member of society. So we have over, I don't know, Brian, what is it? We have over probably 15 different services and thousands of commodities or products. We, as Brian mentioned, OGS is our oversight agency that they do their due diligence to check our pricing and whether our products are sustainable statewide. And so we're very sensitive to state agencies, and a lot of our products were born from state agency needs. In fact, the majority of them are. So we're very conscious of the green initiatives, sustainability, LED lighting, items like that are geared for that type of thing. In every county, you can hit the next slide. In almost every county, there's a NYSID member agency. We probably have over 130 member agencies, and they do a wide variety of services and commodities. So in the service end of things, as you can see on the screen, we do janitorial services. We do a lot of the county buildings, state office buildings, ground maintenance, landscaping. document imaging, we've really sort of forged ahead through the document imaging category in New York State. We have a data sensitive, it's called OCR, which stands for optical character recognition. So not only do we image documents, but we can put them into PDF files and give them a sensitivity to them where you can search by actual terms, particular words. So you can actually search the documents after they're scanned. So it's a really cool option to have. And it's mostly for machine text, not handwriting. We have data entry. We have copying reproduction, secure document destruction. After documents are digitized and, save on paper and to recycle, the existing documents, we have a secure document destruction where we can take sensitive records and destroy, shred by a bonded, certified document destruction company.
All our shredders are made AAA certified with the highest level of security available for document destruction.
We also have furniture reverberation, and I know that in libraries there are some, because it's a public area, you're going to have dents and scratches, and sometimes you end up replacing the furniture that's being used. But we do have the option to do furniture reverberation, and also upholstering and things like that. So you could beautify it with for less money than buying replacement furniture. And then also electronics recycling. Do we have that locally?
We sure do.
We do. Okay, so it started downstate and it's working its way upstate. There certainly is a need for that. People recycle computers, any kind of digital devices, and phones, and when your computers get upgraded or they get to the point where they're beyond upgrading, you need to find a source to recycle them. You just can't throw them away. And for more information about our offering, service, or commodities, you can go to our website, which is www.NYSID.org. All the information is on there, and Meredith Hartman is our sales manager for both commodities and services. She's very knowledgeable. Her phone number is on the screen, 800-221-5994-294, and her email is mhartman@nysid.org. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about products. Like I said, NYSID has thousands of products that we offer, but what we have to keep in mind is that this company is really wrapped around the mission. It's not about the services, it's not about the products, it's about the life that's attached to that. So, to avoid making this sound like a sales presentation, it's really a human interest story, and we've been doing this for 43 years. And during the process, we've learned a lot about state government and how to give them good service and really good customer support. So we usually can turn around products within 48 hours if it's a warehouse item. We have a central warehouse in Amsterdam, and then we have distribution. So we do FedEx and we do truckloads. If you were going to order a truckload of copy paper or rock salt, we have those abilities. So I'm going to go down the list of products. Generally speaking, again, refer to the website to get familiar with some of the other items that we do. Apparel. Wouldn't you like to have that T-shirt with your NYLO logo on there for maybe a summer program for kids or whatever? But we do, honestly, all kidding aside, we do all sorts of apparel, work clothing, as well as casual clothing, and there's a member agency. There's actually 3. There's one on Long Island, which is called Spectrum Designs for Autism. They do silk screening and embroidery. And we have another member agency in Steuben County that does the same thing, and then another agency in Herkimer County that does the same thing. We do a lot of work with Department of Corrections and Department of Transportation, a lot of schools and colleges that really find a need for products with logos. You know, a lot of the county facilities want people to have some sort of a uniform so they're recognized that they're on the premises, and it's not, you know, somebody who doesn't really belong where they should be. So we do a lot of logo designs and silk screening and embroidery. Pretty much across the board, janitorial products, we do almost anything you think of: paper, sanitizers, cleaning chemicals. Again, they're green certified, so they're healthy for the environment when you're dealing in a public atmosphere, especially a library where, you know, there's a lot of hands-on. Sanitizers and green cleaning chemicals are really important. And then we also got into LED lighting, which is the wave of the future. Less turnover, they last longer, 75% more efficient than traditional fluorescent lighting.
If you go to our website, you can see the diversity of LED lights we offer. We have fluorescent replacements, we have screw-in bulbs, we have indoor bulbs as well as outdoor bulbs, parking lot lights, quite a few LED options, which are all saves you a lot of money in the long run in electrical bills and are much better for the environment.
Now, I had the privilege of being part of your NYLA trade show last year, and I was really impressed. I think that the librarians are very chatty, and I was very impressed with that because, you know, sometimes when I'm at trade shows, I have to stop people from walking past my booth and say, hey, have you ever heard of NYSID? Because they're so overwhelmed with everything that's going on that it's very hard for them to focus. They get burned out pretty easily. But you guys were great because you were actually engaging me in conversations. And one of the things that I had the ability to talk about that day was the new Jambox. And I know that libraries are very philanthropic and they deal with the community, and they have a you know, an area for people with disabilities. There's a lot of Braille books and periodicals and things like that. And this product here is what we call the Jambox. It's a adaptive device to allow a disabled person to play music. And I know that some libraries, especially a couple of the ones in our area, they do have performances. And how cool would it be to offer an opportunity to somebody who is disabled to perform at a library setting, or, you know, in any setting really. So what this is it's a breath activated with slight head movement device, which is MIDI to a computer. All you need is a computer. The software is free, and it allows them to play any instrument. They can actually see the keyboard as they're playing it. Then there's another option that it's similar to Guitar Hero, where there's floating notes across the screen, and they can hit the notes with the what are they called? The
Mouse with the
the
cursor.
The cursor. So there's an actual cursor. You can hit the notes on the screen and actually play the melody, or the chorus, or the bridge, or whatever you're looking at. So because of this device, we have college students that want to major in music now can. We have children in junior high and high schools that are able to play in their orchestra. So we're really excited about this. And you know, I bring this up, and we feature this on this page because of the interest that it showed by your your librarians at that trade show. So that was kind of exciting. And then we'll be bringing it again this year with an opportunity for whoever wants to try it out or learn more. We'll have it there for you to take a look at. We do a wide variety of office products, copy paper, you name it, paper clips, file folders, binders, clipboards, tape, hand wipes, office wipes. Here's an informational page. My cell phone isn't on here, but I will give it to you. I welcome the opportunity to come meet with you, share more NYSID information, make an appointment, do a demonstration, offer you free samples. Again, we're pretty much selling the mission, and NYSID is wrapped around all these services and products that we do. And you know, the most important thing is to focus on the life that's attached to the product. So my cell phone number is 518-813-3658. It's my work cell. My email is my last name, OCCHIOGROSSO @NYSID.org. So I'm within arm's length. I can get back to you within less than 12 hours, realistically. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'd love to come pay you a visit. Like I said, my territory is the entire state of New York. So we have our 800 number, 800-221-5994, extension 303. NYSID, if you go to shopnysid.org, you can set up an account. We have an online store. You can fill in the information. You can pay by credit card. Customer service is 518-455-0391, and also there's an 800 number, 800-221-5994.
The 518 number there for customer service is their fax number.
Or customer service at NYSID.org. And also, Kelsey's going to have this webinar online, so if you found it useful, if you want to share this with some of your fellow librarians, please do. Again, it's information that, you know, based on my experience at the New York State Library Association's trade show, a lot of people didn't really know about us. So this is, we're very thankful for this opportunity to be able to share what NYSID does with you folks.
Yes, we are. Are there any questions about what we covered or about NYSID?
I'm not seeing any right now, but we can give everyone a couple of minutes to just enter some last-minute questions. And I want to say thank you again to Tom and Brian for doing this for us, and I look forward to having them back at NYLA 2017 and hope that everyone can stop by and see them and chat about the webinar or other questions that you may have. So thank you both again.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelsey.
If nobody has any questions, we can conclude today's webinar. And I hope to see everybody again soon. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye now.